This video is to illustrate some of the basic command line options with XifMap. We're going to go ahead and start. To do this, you're going to need to go to the Start menu, and you're going to need to open a command prompt. So I typed in CMD in the search window, and I'm selecting CMD to kick off that command line environment. So to ensure that XifMap is installed, simply type in XifMap as illustrated and press enter. It's going to give you an error if you don't give it any options. In particular, if it does not have a -F to give it a file folder to examine, it will cue an error, which it should, because it does need a file folder to examine. Another quick tip is if you want help in the command line option or command line environment, you can type in XifMap-H. It will also give you that that information there, I should say. So what we're going to do now is with Google Earth installed, I have this folder here of 57 images that I would like to have it examined for me. I don't know if they have GPS tags in them or not. They are a series of photographs and just different files that I would like examined. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, we always need to, for the time being until the GUI version is ready, we need to type in XifMap-F to tell it we are going to give it a file folder, and then of course we need to give it the location of that. There's a couple of different ways of doing that. We can manually type that into the command line, or we can navigate to it as I've done here. So I have this folder here. So if this is the folder I want examined, I'm going to open that. I'm going to select this, and I'm going to copy that location, and then I'm going to paste that in. I'm going to go ahead and run that, and it ran, it finished, and it's tagged, and it is now showing me, or us, where the tags indicate that those photos were taken according to the tags. So now that we're in, we can see a lot of information here. This is telling us for each picture, there's actually a whole group of them there. I can view these a couple of different ways. I can expand that, and I have the list here. I'm not going to get in too much into Google Earth navigation. There's a lot of other videos on that. In particular, I can double click that particular photo and go to it. And of course, based off tags, it's reorientating itself to the way that the camera was positioned when that image was taken. So here is a lot of information that is extracted for us. We're not going to get into the details of how to read those. We're going to have different videos on the different components of XifMap. We're going to go ahead and close this for now. One of the things you're going to want to know, especially after you're like, okay, I'm glad I know where this photo was taken, but what exactly is it? Because if you haven't looked individually at each one, you may not know. In addition to building this point here, it's also building a photo overlay. So I can go ahead and select that, click here to fly into photo, which will then show me the photo in Google Earth. It actually opens it and allows you to view that, and I can zoom in to examine different pieces of that photo. I can use its, and then I can navigate a couple of different ways if I'd like to, and then of course I can exit the photo. So let's talk about chronology. I'm going to double click the chronology button, or option there, I should say. So this is showing me the chronology of the particular photos. So it's showing you which ones were taken in what order, in essence. So you can see the relationships between each photo in relation to both temporal, so time, and date, and spatial, obviously on the face of the earth. So this is a really quick example. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. So this is basically how to run that. If we take a look at the folder structure here, all of the folder files, or files in the folder I should say, are left as is. We're going to also really click, right click, and then go to properties. So this particular function here is telling us these are files that are not mapped. So for instance, not mapped, no GPS. We're going to scroll down. Not mapped, non-EXIF file. So there's a lot of different things that it's doing for you, and when it finds a file that is, like here's an RTF file, it's not going to map that because it realizes this is an RTF, it doesn't have EXIF tags or metadata within it to examine, so it's telling you that information here. And, well actually we did illustrate this once, but, and then here is the properties version of the individual tags. So that's giving you information. If there's no tag available, it's going to tell you that, no tag. Otherwise it'll tell you a make, a model, date and time. It also gives you universal time code for the GPS information. So those are some quick walkthroughs on how this works, and hopefully it's been helpful, and please check out the other videos if you have questions.